educated. And so it's little things like that that we still need to start shifting and shaping in young people. So dismantle the patriarchal systems, stop telling women that they don't have voices, stop telling women to only be followers and to not lead. When you are born as a girl child and you grow into a woman, you believe that your place into this world is to serve others. That's what you believed, whether it's to serve as a mother, whether it's to be a supportive wife to your husband, or whether it's to be that woman in the community that people look up to be that mother to everyone. It's always taking care of others, and nobody really taking care of you, or you taking care of yourself, or you being a leader. So these are the conversations that we still need to change. So many African countries that don't educate young girls. Young women aren't allowed to get an education because it's something that men are supposed to get. When a young girl and a woman doesn't have an education, it means they don't have economic freedom as well. It means they now depend on the men. When you don't have economic freedom, you don't have the voice, you're dependent on this man. In turn, this man can violate you any way they like because you owe their life to them. So there's so many things that we need to talk about, that we need to change, that we need to fix. And it's really, yeah.
So I slightly agree. It starts with education, and it starts in the home, of course. What are some of the, are you personally involved in any organizations that are aimed towards uplifting South African women and young girls? And can you
absolutely. So I do most of my work with UN Women, and we know UN Women is all for gender equality, generational equality, and fighting gender-based violence. Not just that, but equality of genders across all fields. So I've been very at an advantage to have those conversations on that platform. To help them raise awareness, to help bring in people to campaigns like the He for She campaign. The He for She campaign speaks.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, so the He for She campaign speaks exactly to what we're talking about, involving men and boys in the conversation of fighting for gender equality, fighting against gender-based violence. We are fighting a fight of making sure that by the time we get to a certain year, we have bridged that gender gap. Hopefully that's something that's going to happen. So what we do is you can go on the UN Women website, you'll find He for She. There you can pledge. After pledging, there's donations as well that go in there, and you'll read stories of so many incredible men and boys all across the world who are running their campaigns in putting women in positions of leadership and making sure that women are protected. So that's the campaign and the organization that I really work with.
Love that. And I'll tell you about one that I'm involved in. It's called Earth Child Project. They are based in the Western Cape, and they serve basically 8 schools in 2 townships, Kailita and Lavendale. And what they do, these are obviously, townships. These are communities that deal with a lot: extreme poverty, limited access to resources and housing, proper housing, education, lots of violence, lots of gang violence, lots of violence against women and young girls. And what they do is through yoga, meditation, teaching them about the environment and the importance of protecting our planet, etc. Allow them to focus and maybe harness some of the energy or the negative energy into something positive. So what we did last year is I raised money to build a yoga studio at one of the schools, and